Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon to the Novice Perspective, where in the show we talk about issues, experiences, and past problems for the new employee of today. On today's show, the theme is ethics at the workplace, specifically for attire, hygiene, and tardiness, a very important subject. First, I'd like to begin the show with introducing our three speakers for today. First off, Mr. Aiman, a personal stylist. How are you, sir?
Good.
Mr. Oscar, a supervisor for marketing. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
And finally, our third speaker, Mr. Audi, a human resource officer. Good afternoon, sir. First off, I'd like to begin with Mr. Aiman, our personal stylist for today. Mr. Aiman, in my opinion, our attire, our clothing, is the first and most important part of how we introduce ourselves to people. So I'd like to ask you, Mr. Aiman, for an employee, how does our clothing affect our image in the workplace?
Thank you, Mr. Adli, for inviting me today and for asking the first question. So let me clarifying the question first. You asked how does one's outfit affect employer in the workplace. So I'm just gonna generalize the question first. I'm gonna say, what is the importance of outfit? Let's say it's just not for the workers, not just for the employers, for everyone. So first of all, our outfit is very, very important because it shows what is our personality. It is the first thing that we see. When we see someone, we don't just look at their face. We will look at their outfit, and based on their outfit, we are unconsciously judging them.
I agree.
So we judge them how professionally they are. So what is their job and everything. For example, if we are lost somewhere and we don't have our smartphone on the battery and something, so we would like to ask someone for a way. So when there's a lot of people, we won't just go to a stranger and ask the question, right?
Of course.
And for example, there's a police officer, there's beggars, there's just a normal person walking. Of course, we would go to the police officer. Because why? Because we think that the police officer is a professional that knows the way and that knows the place. Because we think that because of their outfit, right? If they don't wear the cop's outfit, the uniform, we don't know that he's a police officer or not. So we would ask maybe someone else that we think are more professional or knowledgeable about the place, right? So the importance of outfit, my point is, the importance of outfit is it gives the first impression to others about who are we, what is our personality, and do they can trust us. That's the first impression. That's my answer for the first question.
Thank you, Mr. Aiman. A very holistic and comprehensive answer. Take note, viewers. This is important for you. As for the next two questions, Mr. Aiman, I'd like to ask, you've already explained to us why it's important to dress well. I'd like now to ask, how should we dress? What sets of attire should a new employee have? And why is it important to have such sets of attire?
You ask about the sets of attire. So, in my opinion, we don't need a lot of attires. We don't need a lot of sets of attires. We just need a set of attire, in my opinion, as a personal stylist. So, in my opinion, we just need a complete set of suits, right? Nowadays, men and women both are wearing suits. Like the trousers. A complete set of suit is including the trousers, the shirts, the blazers or the coat, or maybe a vest. That's optional, the vest. And
Mr. Audi.
and yeah, yes, you can see Mr. Audi. I'm gonna talk about that later. So men maybe need necktie or bow tie, and of course women they have a different cutting and everything, but basically we wear trousers, we wear shirts, we wear blazers, and necktie, bow tie for men. So with that one outfit we can make it formal, we can make it informal, we can dress casual, we can dress to look like a professional, and of course we can dress for formal occasions, right? Let's say you want go for the formal occasions, you can just wear a full set of suits and you would look formal and professional. And let's say you don't want to look professional but you want to look formal, so just remove just don't wear the coat or blazers. Just use your trousers, shirts tucked in, and I'll wear a necktie or bow tie. That would be a formal attire. So you don't want to look formal, you just want to look semi-formal. Semi-formal, you just need to remove your necktie or bow tie, still tucked in, for men and women both, still tucked in, wearing shoes, trousers, and shirts, right? And for a informal, for not so formal outfit, you can just use your trousers and shirts. You don't need to wear any tie or bow tie, and you can not tuck in your shirt. Yeah, you can untuck your shirts. That would look informal, right? So how do you want to look casual? We just say wear a sandals, or the sandals, don't wear shoes. That would look casual, right? So you said about Mr. Adli just now, Mr. Audi just now. I'm so sorry, Mr. Adli. So as we can look, what do you think about Mr. Audi outfit? Do you think it's formal, informal, or casual?
A formal casual, I believe.
A formal casual. Let's see. He wears a leather shoes. That would be a formal shoes. He's not tucked in the shirts, but he's wearing a blazer. I would say that's a smart casual. Yeah, that's a smart casual outfit. What about Oscar and me?
A more casual approach to the attire, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. We are wearing casual outfit today. And you, I would say it's
I like to say and sufficient attire.
yeah, sufficient attire, right? That's not casual, that's not a semi-formal. And of course that's not professional, but that's alright. That's a sufficient attire for the program, right? Because you are a YouTuber, so you can dress however you like.
That's part of the job.
That's part of the job. Okay, so that's the answer. You just need a set of a professional outfit, and you can make the outfit however you like, however you want to look. You want to look professional, just use this, just use that. You want to look casual, and that. Yeah, is that answering your question?
Yes, very much.
Yes, thanks, Mr. Ali.
Right, thank you, Mr. Iman, for a very holistic answer to the question. Who knew just one set of attire was all that you need? You save the money and still save face. Still look good, viewers. Now, I'd like to move on to the second speaker for today, Mr. Oscar. How are you, sir?
I'm good, sir.
Very happy to have you here.
My pleasure.
As a supervisor, correct? I'd like to ask you that in the workplace, I believe that there are some aspects of hygiene that are very easily overlooked. Therefore, my question to you, sir, is what aspects of hygiene do we very easily overlook, and how can we be sure that we are aware of such aspects?
All right, thank you, Mr. Ali, for the questions, and also a very welcome to all the audience. And it is my pleasure to be here today. Unfortunately, I would say in today's modern workplaces are actually full of hazards such as like potential accidents, work-related stress, and other health issues that due to poor hygiene practices. Because workplaces are somewhere we spend a great deal of our time, and also as well as somewhere we come into contact with a lot of people. So therefore, our workplace can have a huge impact on our health and also longevity. It is therefore the responsibility of all employers and also employees to maintain a healthy workplace for their working environment, which means making sure it is clean, safe, and hygienic. So let's take a look at some of the most common hygiene issues that easily overlooked as the first question that Mr. Ali directed to me. Number one, I would say is the workplace restroom hygiene issues. And you'll be shocked by how many diseases can inhabit in your workplace restrooms if businesses that do not take proper measures to maintain the hygiene of the restrooms. Actually, it will, encourage a certain kind of bacteria and viruses to grow in dirty restrooms, such as E. coli, hepatitis A, and a common cold virus. Therefore, this presence of bacteria can cause illnesses not only to us, but actually can spread all over the company, and including those visitors or clients or even your managements that come to the office or you just use the toilet. Therefore, I would think it is important for us to take note and also maintain a very hygiene of the restrooms in our workplace, as most of the time you'll be there and using the restrooms. I think it is our responsibility, not only the employers and also employees and all workers as well, to take care of the restrooms, because to ensure everyone is safe and also clean for the environment, and a healthy environment actually will boost up a lot of productivity in the workers. Secondly, I would say is poor ventilation and air quality issues, as all of the organizations nowadays are equipped with air conditioning, and most of the time we'll be working from 9 to 5 or 9 to 6. Most of the time we'll be spending our time in our office or at our work desk. Therefore, if there's no proper fresh air or airflow flow into the company, as we will constantly produce carbon dioxide when we breathe, the carbon dioxide actually will maintain in the atmosphere and also the environment that we work. Actually, it is not very healthy towards all the employees and also employers, because that's why we will feel very lethargic and also feel very demotivated, and then feel so sleepy after working for 2 to 3 hours after that. Therefore, it's important for us to have a very proper good air ventilation system and also airflow. So actually the fresh air actually will help us to freshen up our mind. Thirdly, I think is the poor waste collection and also disposal practices. In this context, we are talking about companies, especially businesses and organizations. They are produce a lot of cardboards and also paper sheets, and also plastic waste. So if we don't dispose them, it actually will become a place for the bacteria or viruses to grow, especially in a very humid environment, especially we are close in a air conditioned room. Actually, it will stimulate the growth of bacteria. So it's also, as a thing, will spread the virus and also affect our health, not only workers and also employers as well. Number 4 issue is lack of safe, sharp disposal. We are talking here is safe, sharp disposal. As businesses, we are also use a lot of knife blades, right, and also staplers. So if we don't dispose them properly, those people who come into contact with them, if without any attention or given notice of how there's a actually sharp object near them, so they might hurt themselves or injured. And also I'm sorry to say that nowadays we don't know who is HIV positive, right? Especially those accidentally if like a worker cut and then he got HIV positive virus in his body, so it might actually become a medium for transmission of virus. So I think it's important for us to take care of this aspect as well, so that to ensure very good safety and also hygiene problems in our workplaces. Yeah, so for second questions about how do we promote and how do we aware that we need to take note of these hygiene problems. Number one, I think company or employers should have maintained a regular supply or hand sanitizer is very must when the first step they enter office. Make sure they sanitize their hand, and also in the bathroom make sure they are equipped with soap or hand wash or also towels so that they can actually clean their hand regularly. As we experience a pandemic COVID-19, right, we know that how much viruses and bacteria can stay in our hands without our naked eye can see. So therefore it's important for us to maintain a good supply of those kind of hand sanitizer and hand soap in our company. Secondly is like have a good hygiene policies and procedure in place. This will encourage our employers, actually not only employers and also employees, to follow the procedures in maintaining a good hygiene in the workplace. Third is encourage workers to take sick leaves when they are sick. This is to avoid the spread of virus, especially as I mentioned just now, we are actually all sitting in the same environment, air conditioned, so it's actually become a medium to transmission of disease or viruses. So it's important for us to take sick leave, but ensure that employees they have proper medical certificates, and also have a properly managed and dispose of our waste, especially the work just now I mentioned, waste disposal and also safe sharp disposal, and also have designated eating areas for them so that they won't dirty their work desk. And by taking these simple measures in businesses, I think the overall hygiene problems will be much more aware by not only the employees and also employees and every single one that come into the workplace. I think this is our responsibility, all of us, to take care and to be much more aware of the hygiene problem in our company. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Oscar. A worrying but very important note. I hope the viewers at home take note, because now, as you have heard from Mr. Oscar, it's not just the new employee's job, it's the employer's job to make sure that the place is clean and safe. Now, Mr. Oscar, I'd like to continue by asking, what sort of steps can we take to ensure that we are always hygienic, always safe at the workplace? Because of course, naturally, we can't just be clean 100% of the time. So how would you tackle such a problem?
In this context, I think you're referring to personal hygiene, is it?
Yes.
I think personal hygiene, step one, as Mr. Aiman have mentioned earlier, your outfit or your attire is very important, because I think a clean attire also represents a very good image of yourself. And also, I'm not sure whether everyone will take their bath in the morning, so it's encouraged to do so, because actually taking a bath in the morning actually can freshen up your mind and also your body. So actually will actually boost your productivity, and also your oral hygiene is very important. So it's important to take care of these aspects. For physical wise at your work desk, you make sure that there's a dustbin in your work desk so that you can throw all the rubbish, and also make sure you clean every day after your work hour, and also make sure you bring your own sanitizer, especially nowadays. Ever since the pandemic started, our health ministry always emphasize bring your own sanitizers, wash your hands. So I think it's important to have that in your own pockets. So I think it's how you take care of your own personal hygiene.
And always
Thank you.
have a face mask with you.
Yeah.
Always.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Oscar. again, very helpful tips and notes for the viewers at home to take care and use his advice. And I'd say to the employees at home there, new employees, I'd say it's best to take care of your hygiene before someone else tells you to do so. Now to the final speaker for our show today, Mr. Audi. How are you? Sleepy. I'll try to make it not so for the next few questions. Okay. As a human resource officer, I believe that you have a lot of experience with the troubles and the problems for employees, new and old. So I'd like to ask Mr. Audi, could you share with us, how does tardiness happen and how does it affect the image for a new employee?
Alright, first of all, I would like to thank Mr. Adli for inviting me to this talk show. And alright, let's take a look at the statistics. According to the US Bureau of Labor Statistics, right, the average absence rate among the nearly 119 million employed workers in the country was 3.6 days in 2022. So it means that there are still a lot of people who absent in their workplace, right? But an estimated of 20% of workers are regularly late to work, which I believe that the result or the consequences of being late can add up to some serious loss of productivity to the company itself. Alright, so let us take a look at the statistics on the reason why people always come late to the office, right? 25% of late employees were delayed by traffic, 18% were late to work due to personal problems, 15% were overslept, 12% of them were late to work due to child-related issues, 12% of them arrived late due to health issues, 12% of workers also late because of family-related issues, and 6% of them delayed because they were searching for a lost item. And I believe that was kind of a lousy reason to give to begin with, right? But it's okay. This is just based on statistics. But however, these are based on my experience as well. These are the typical reason why they were late for the work, right? Okay. That was to answer your first question. Have you given me the second question? Yes. Okay. It's on.
How does it affect the image?
Alright, how does it affect the image, right? First of all, I think as a human resource officer, right, the usual thing as a HR officer would do, my role as an HR, we would give them with a warning letter. And after we have given them with a warning letter, after a few of warning letters, we along the way we would provide them with a counseling session, and only after the counseling session they still commit the same issues, right, the same problems, right, then only the employers have the right to eliminate them from the company. So that is the main consequence if they're being late oftenly. Okay, so aside from that, the image of the employee themselves among their colleagues, they will have a bad reputation among their colleagues. Of course, it will somehow affect the productivity of the company, right? So let's say the department of yada 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 is asking for their works, right? And then the person who were late for work, they couldn't even finish the work as the boss, as the other departments asked them. So simple to say, they couldn't finish the work before the deadline. So that is when we say the company has lost the productivity and momentum at the end of the day. So in a way, it will affect their image to other departments as well, to other colleagues, and it will somehow give them a bad impression to the person himself. Alright, so that is my take on this.
Thank you, Mr. Audi. A very helpful description and notes for the viewers at home to take care, to be more aware, and since they know better now, they should perform better. Next, Mr. Audi, I'd like to ask how does being late, I apologize, for a formal event at our workplace, let's say, do you think it's better for somebody to be very early or just in time for the event? What's your opinion?
Let me quote a word from Google, right? Okay. They say it's like this: to be late, to be early is to be on time. To be on time is to be late, and to be late is so unprofessional. So that's why, whatever it is, even if it's a even if it's a formal occasion, formal event, be it it's non-formal, even if it's not informal, right? Yeah, like a potluck, e.g. like a potluck, right? We should always come early, so that, because there's no such thing as early actually. If we come early, we become on time. We become on time. Yes. So that's why, referring to the quote, right? If we become on time, we will become late. So that's why I think the best is just to be early in any events, to any occasions, and yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Audi. Rather surprising opinion, I must say, but very important. I believe the employees at home would like to make a very good impression to the brand new employees in the future. So being early is the right time. From formal attires to hand sanitizers, and being just in time by being early. I say today's show has been a very informational and educational show for the viewers at home and for the future employees and employers of today. I'd like to give a big thank you to all three speakers again for giving their time of the day and for sharing with us very important experiences, views, and issues even of the employees and employers of today. I believe the viewers at home will take note of everything that they've said, and it's been a very invaluable experience for them to be sharing all this information with us. Therefore, I'd like to end the show by saying please subscribe to Mr. Aiman first, and I would like to say thank you for joining us on The Novice Perspective. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good afternoon. See you again.